today on 2+U Nevada.
It's quite an explosion. In the last 5 years, my company has received hundreds of phone calls in the roof rat arena, if you will.
Roof rats, they're everywhere. In fact, the city of Reno sent out a memo regarding responsibilities of homeowners and reached out to public agencies. We sit down with an expert in removing the rodents.
Our goal is for youth to be able to feel comfortable speaking up for themselves. We also really want to make change in systems that affect youth.
We welcome back Nevada PEP to talk about Youth Move Nevada, how to get our community's young members to focus on kindness. Plus,
we rent to own the tires and wheels. So you don't have to apply for credit. You don't have to do all the jumping through the hoops. It's a real simple program and everyone's approved.
As winter weather conditions pummel our highways, the local business that's ensuring its sales practice gets tires on as many vehicles as possible, keeping all of us safer on the roads. You're watching 2+U Nevada. Thank you for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. Hope you're coming off of a fantastic weekend. We had a great one, but one that has me questioning my abilities as a mom. A few weeks ago, the kids and I were in the kitchen, and I taught them both how to make microwave cups of mac and cheese. Both of them aced the instructions. So yesterday, when my 6-year-old asked me if she could make some, I helped her remove the lid, we talked about the water line, and I turned my attention away. Hearing the microwave didn't concern me because, again, we had had lessons on this. About 3 minutes later, a massive smell permeated our main floor. I ran to the kitchen, which is filled with smoke and about to choke. Admittedly, I failed her. I didn't walk through the process another time of filling it up with water, and we had a minor fire. Luckily, it was contained to the microwave, and luckily there was no damage to anything except her poor psyche, worried that she started a fire. One thing is for sure, though, she gets her cooking skills from me. We've got a great show for you today. I am thrilled so many of our segments today speak about kindness and giving. It's an inspiring episode that I hope you enjoy. We are thrilled to have you joining us today for 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Ashby McDonald, the youth mentor with Youth Move Nevada, a program of Nevada PEP. And Ashby, the last time that you joined us here at 2+U Nevada, we were actually talking about a Nevada PEP program called I Care, We Care, and this was during National Anti-Bullying Month. So how did the I Care, We Care program work?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked. It went great. So Nevada PEP was able to deliver activity books to elementary schools statewide. And these activity books were all about promoting kindness and preventing bullying. And so that was so awesome. And Nevada PEP also received over 500 care messages. And these were also just promoting kindness and all about preventing bullying. So that was great.
I love that. It's such important education for our kids right now. So thank you for giving us an update on that. Now you're here to talk to us about Youth Move Nevada, and that is also a program of Nevada PEP. Tell me what Youth Move Nevada is.
Yes, I would love to. So Youth Move Nevada is a youth-led and youth-inspired program. And so our goal is for youth to be able to feel comfortable speaking up for themselves. We also really want to make change in systems that affect youth. And we're also really big on breaking the stigma surrounding mental health and disabilities. And so we do this through quite a few ways. We have weekly meetings every Tuesday from 5 to 6 where youth ages 14 to 24 can come and talk about all these issues. We also have a podcast where we interview local youth talking about what matters most, and we do a ton of social media. So that's kind of what we do here.
I love it. And Youth Move just wrapped up a poster contest, and we have examples of the winners. So tell us who the winners are in these poster contests, and what were they supposed to highlight in the posters? What was the overarching theme?
So the entries and the applicants were able to address a few themes, all surrounding kindness, what kindness looks like, and how we can prevent bullying. And so our whole theme was kindness looks good on you. So that was super fun. Our winners did amazing. We're especially excited to highlight our first and second place. They're both from Reno. Their names are Maddie Fisher and Juju Sandoval.
Oh, that's wonderful. They did a phenomenal job.
They did.
So how can someone get involved or get their kids or loved ones involved in Youth Move Nevada?
Yeah, we are trying to get the word out about our program as much as we can. The best way is to check out our Instagram, which is @YouthMoveNV. You also can check out our webpage, which is www.nvpep.com/youthmove.
And again, this is all focused on providing a safe place for our youth and our kids out there, but also teaching our children to be kind to one another and have kindness in their hearts. So what is it about Youth Move that makes you most proud when we're talking about the overarching theme being kindness to others?
I love that. I just love Youth Move and the space that it gives all youth to express themselves and to learn what it means to truly be inclusive and to be your true self. It can be hard to be a youth these days. There's so much going on. And so I think just having a space where you can truly be yourself and you know that there's people who accept you no matter what, I think that's the thing I'm most proud of, is just the kind atmosphere that we've created.
Mm-hmm. When it came to your poster competition, explain to me some of the other entries. Like, what were you seeing when all of these applicants were turning in their posters?
I was so impressed. There were so many entries and just the creativity blew me away. We were seeing some handwritten posters, some digital kind of created posters, and a lot of people focused on like their personal experiences or examples of kindness. And I thought that was incredible. We also saw a lot of fun trends that, youth are getting involved in. So that was fun. We saw some posters that were like recreating album covers and stuff like that. So it was a really diverse group of posters, but they were all amazing.
And what was the age range of entrants who entered the poster contest?
14 to 24. So that's what we serve at Youth Move Nevada, 14 to 24.
Well, Ashby, thank you so much for joining us. Again, Youth Move is just one of the programs that Nevada PEP offers. So again, for contacting Youth Move and getting involved in Youth Move, that's through Instagram, but Nevada PEP also has their own website, NVPEP, that's NVPEP.org. Ashby, thank you for being here this afternoon.
Thank you so much.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. This afternoon, we are joined by Regina Bradley and Phil Doran of Bradley, Drendel, Jeanney. Thank you both so much for being here.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
And I got to call you out because you both look great. A husband and wife team in matching attire. I just got to call you out on that.
We didn't intend to, but
we somehow always end up doing it, and that's just
the way that it goes.
we have good taste.
Yes, you do. Well, obviously, because the two of you are together and the two of you are here. So we're actually talking about how Bradley, Drendel, Jeanney gives back to the community and really is a community resource. And one thing that I think is so cool is once a case is settled, you don't just close the door on your clients. You're still there.
No, the attorney-client relationship is so important to us. We really value getting to know our clients, and we do get to know them personally and intimately throughout the course of their case. So it's a great compliment to us when those clients either reach back out if unfortunately they were involved, in another accident or have another injury claim, or if they refer someone to us. That's a huge compliment, and we want to help them and continue that relationship and be there as a resource, especially if they just have questions or want to follow up. We're here and we want to keep talking to them and maintain that.
And you are very good at providing information on folks' legal rights. You have Legal Tip Tuesdays on the radio.
We do. So each week on Tuesday with 105.7, we do give an interview about different legal tips that might be relevant for the week. People are able to submit messages after legal tips. I know that this airs on Mondays, so they can submit questions on Mondays or Tuesdays, or really any day of the week they can contact us.
And that's fantastic too, because yeah, we do go in depth. I mean, we just a couple weeks ago talked in depth about homeowners being mindful of their sidewalks and hosting holiday parties. So if you have any questions, further questions that we don't address here, you can always reach out and you guys will address those on the radio show as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, let's talk about what you do to give back to the community, because you are so entrenched in this community. Obviously, what is it, a fourth generation attorney here?
Yes. Let me count. No, I'm only the third.
The third generation. Okay, there we go. But you do give back to the community in so many different ways. Go into that, Phil.
Yeah, that's correct. So besides, answering questions whenever we can, we're part of the community of all of Northern Nevada, and we do as much as we can outside of the office, whether it be toy giveaways during Christmas or helping out at food banks. We sponsor families during the holidays also to help them, provide gifts and get them gifts for their kids. And we sponsor dogs at the Humane Society. And every month we go down there and we have a new dog and we help them get adopted.
That is so cool. You mentioned, because we were talking about our dogs, is your dog adopted?
No.
Oh, but now you have a hookup, so you can.
No, we love to visit our kennels. It's really special. We go down there and we do have a sponsored kennel. We get to play and visit with the dog, and typically we make a post after. And I think we have 100% adoption rate for BDJ sponsored kennels.
High five!
So
that's
we're
awesome.
proud of that.
Oh, that is such great news. Okay, well, you have an event coming up in just a few weeks, next month, on December 14th. It looks like you have a Santa toy giveaway at your offices.
We do. We've been doing this for a few years now. So we're doing that Santa toy giveaway on December 14th from 1 to 3 at our office. So our office is located at 6900 South McCarran Boulevard. We're right at the corner of Lakeside and McCarran. I always tell people there's that drive-through Starbucks. So we're in the same complex, so easy to find us.
Totally know exactly where you are. Okay, so if you're doing the toy giveaway in a few weeks on December 14th, do people drop off toy donations to your office?
Yes, so I believe we are seeking donations, but what we really want people to know is that for those that are interested in receiving toys or need gifts for their families, we want to encourage them to come to our toy giveaway on the 14th. So there's no required sign up. They can come and show up on that afternoon at our office.
What a precious gift. So that way the kids are getting the holidays.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Regina, Phil, anything else that you want to say?
Well, during the Santa giveaway, there will be music and food, and there will actually be a Santa there too. So everyone come down and, we'll have a good time.
You guys are awesome. Okay, so you told folks where you are located near that Starbucks drive-thru, but what's your address, phone number, website?
Address is 6900 South McCarran Boulevard. We're Suite 2000. So again, it's that drive-through Starbucks. We're in the largest complex in that building on the second floor. And you can call us anytime, 775-335-9999.
Thank you both for being here this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I'm here with Mark this afternoon, the Regional Director of RNR Tire Express. We are at the Carson City location, and Mark, this is absolutely beautiful.
We absolutely love it. It turned out perfect. We started from the ground up, and look what we have today.
It's gorgeous. And a quick drive. I know that you do have a Reno location. We'll talk about that later in this show. But I have to tell everybody at home, I drove here right after school drop off. So early in the morning during driving commute time. And it only took me 20 minutes to get here. You're very well located.
Well, you probably were driving slow. It takes me about 18 minutes to get there.
Nobody's ever accused me of that. So Mark, what I love about your business model that I think that folks at home should know is that you guys have a rent to own program.
Yes, ma'am. That's pretty much what we do is we rent to own the tires and wheels. So you don't have to apply for credit. You don't have to do all the jumping through the hoops. It's a real simple program and everyone's approved.
You know, that is fantastic. What made you think to do that?
Well, it wasn't my idea. If it was, I'd take all the credit. We're a franchisee, of course, and the franchisor, yes, is in Florida, and that's how we got started. We hooked up with them and started back in 2019.
And you know, what is so good about that is right now, everybody's pinching pennies or thinking of the holidays, but we're also heading into that winter weather when people start thinking about their tire health and whether it's safe to drive on the roads with the current state of tires. And as a community member, I love hearing that you have this plan, because you're not only ensuring that someone is safe on the roads, you're ensuring that me, the other driver on the road, is safe because somebody's able to get their tires.
Yes, ma'am. Here in Northern Nevada, we can have really, really bad winters. And if you're not prepared for it, the streets will get you. And if your tires aren't ready, it could be costly. So we try and tell everybody, just pay attention to your tires, and when it's time, get them changed out as soon as possible.
And quickly, just for my knowledge, is it still the Lincoln head on the penny?
It is. That's the old school way. Yes, ma'am. That's how you do it. Today we have tire depth gauges, and you know, it's all fancy dancy, and we can really determine how many millimeters it's down and all that.
And then when it comes to the dollar amount that somebody could rent to own tires, you're very generous. It's up to $5,000, is that right?
Yeah,
for a set?
So how our program works is it's real simple. Provide us with 5 items: driver's license, social, registration, most recent pay stub, and a utility bill, and you're guaranteed approval up to $5,000. What that really does mean is you can pick just about any tire you need to get you on the road and running safe.
That's fantastic. You're also generous with the community. Talk to me about your philanthropy.
Well, it's really not that big of a philanthropist kind
I
of role.
It is, but
we just give back. We do our best to give back to the community because they've supported our 2 stores now for 6+ years. And what we try and do is this time of year, it's our 6th annual food drive program. And we just have our customers bring in cans of food, and then we donate them to the local fish in here in Carson or the local Catholic church up in Reno. So it's a wonderful program, and it helps definitely families in need right now. And with everything that's going on, and we don't need to go there, oh my goodness, it's a big help to everybody.
And you know, right now, and yeah, we don't need to go there, but right now there are so many families who are hurting, who are relying on food pantries, who are relying, and it's very hard for them to ask for help. And just knowing that community members like yourself are out there ensuring that people can get help, it's so kind.
Yep. We literally have raised over 10,000 pounds of food a year for the last 6 years. So we're really, really proud that we can give back to our community in such a large way. It's a big help. A private story. When my wife and I first got married 40 some years ago, I had to get on food stamps. I was a college student or trying to make it in this world, and it is what it is. I had to reach out for help. So I think that's probably why we are all so open-hearted about trying to give back, because we all understand.
You're going to make me emotional.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
No, well, it is a big deal. And it's also nice for members of our community to say, wow, someone else has been there, you know, and look where you are today.
Yeah.
And look what you're doing. You're paying it forward. And that's just what makes our community so amazing too, right? Is that people can pay it forward when they do.
Well, isn't that what it's really all about?
Yeah.
Pay it forward.
Well, tell us, where do people go? You've got 2 locations.
Yep.
So where can people go to learn about RNR Tire Express?
Well, this one here, of course, is 2031 East William Street, Highway 50, everybody knows. And the other one is 590 East Kitsky Lane. It's literally right on the corner of Kitsky and Mill. You can't miss it.
No, northeast corner.
Yeah, you just can't miss it. Our colors and the style of our shops are pretty noticeable, so no matter where you're going, you can run into it. But the beautiful part about where we're located is any of our locations can help you with just about anything, not just tires and wheels. We do everything. We do brakes, suspension work, need some shocks that need replaced, struts that went out, all of these different problems that we have with our vehicle that are super easy to get solved, we can solve those too.
That's fantastic.
We also do lift kits.
Oh, okay.
And down here,
I'm going to lift my minivan. How about that?
well, there's been other vehicles. We had a Prius that wanted lifted, and
Oh my gosh.
we had to check into it, and if it was able, we were able to do it.
You're kidding.
Nope, it was fun. It was creative and cool.
All right, Mark, thank you so much.
No problem.
You're watching 2+ U Nevada. You are watching 2+ U Nevada, and I'm very excited to have Lee Lawrence here from ZeeBest Pest Control and Inspection. And Lee, you were just explaining to me that Northern Nevada, especially our region here in the Washoe County area, we're really seeing a growth, if you will, in roof rats. What are roof rats?
Well, Sarah, it's actually more than a growth. It's quite an explosion. In the last 5 years, my company has received hundreds of phone calls in the roof rat arena, if you will. People calling and complaining about this pest. This pest has really been on the rise in Northern Nevada. We have found them all over Collin Ranch, Somerset, the vistas out in Spanish Springs, Mogul, South Reno. It's quite remarkable how fast they've exploded in this area of Northern Nevada.
And I can tell you because I have seen friends posting pictures on social media. Like, these suckers are not small either.
Correct, they're not, and they're very invasive. They're what we call a commensal pest. They have to live with a human interaction with people. They have to get into houses and homes and cars and whatever structures we may have available for them to survive. So we don't find them out in the desert, but they live with us inside our communities and inside our homes.
Why have you seen this explosion? Like, what can we attribute it to?
You know, it's a really good question. And I've presented a few things at meetings regarding this explosion issue. And there's a couple factors. We have, of course, climate change going on, which has lent to mild winters and really excessive fruit production in Northern Nevada from peaches and apples and cherries and things like that, which often wind up on the ground, don't get picked up. And so we have a supply year-round of food for these roof rats. And the other thing that's quite remarkable is the distribution. People are asking, well, how come we just picked them up on East Cala de la Plata in Spanish Springs this summer? Why are they there? How did they come here? What is this mode of transport? And the theory that's going around is containerized moving systems might have a lot to do with this.
Oh, wow. So like, and I don't want to use any brand name out there, but you see people who are moving and they've got a container in their driveway. So they're putting all their stuff in that container. The container sits out there for like a week or two, and then that moves to a different location.
Exactly. That is the kind of the thought that's going on, that this could be the mode of transport, because how they're showing up so quickly in some of these neighborhoods, it really doesn't make any sense that this is occurring. There's other ways, of course, it could occur, but this is a theory. I want to state that could be the cause of their rapid expansion. It's just not Reno; it's everywhere. It's every city in the western United States. It's all over the United States. And when those containers wind up somewhere, North America, who knows what comes out of them?
Well, and you were saying mild winters, a lot of fruit, but you also told me before we even started this official interview that a lot of home gardens and the fact that people are urban gardening and composting can contribute to this as well. So being a mindful gardener, kind of give people tips for that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. In the garden environment, of course, we have a greenhouse at my place. It locks up well at night. There's no way for anything to get into it. There are opportunities when you're composting, for instance, to not have open composting bins or coal piles with fruit and things from last year's fruit production laying outdoors where they can easily get into them. We use a container, composting container, and the composted material stays in there and until we're ready to use it. And also, the other thing too are the urban chickens We never had the urban farming, if you will, the urban chickens and things like that. We have people raising a lot of chickens, and roof rats, when they hear those chickens, it's just a dinner bell to them.
So they like the chickens, or do they like the eggs, or do they like the feed?
They like, well, a lot of people will throw scratch out on the ground and have seed available to them, and they may not put it in containerized metal containers when they're not using it. But all these things can certainly provide food for roof rats. In fact, I will tell you this summer alone, there was one house on Arlington Avenue that we took 36 roof rats out of a house on Arlington.
My gosh.
It was unbelievable. And, this is a real problem that people need to understand and realize and take preventive measures to keep these roof rats at bay as well as possible.
So quickly, because they're called roof rats, do they live in a tree? Do they burrow on a roof? Are they in your attic? Where are we finding these?
Well, they are called roof rats for a reason. They're actually somewhat arboreal. They like to be off the ground. So they will travel over tops of fences, over telephone wires. They love to get into trees. Ivy that grows up the side of a house is a wonderful way for them not only to nest actually in the ivy, but to get onto roofs and to get into homes. But they will get into crawl spaces. They will get into everything if possible.
Well, Lee from ZeeBest Pest Control and Inspection, if folks need you to help them to get rid of any pest out there, where do they go? Who do they call?
Well, they can give us a call at our main line, 775-379-2521, or they can go to our website, ZeeBestPest.com, and certainly check out our reviews.
Okay.
Very proud of those. We're a family-owned business, and we would love to help anybody. And with one parting note, we have a feature called our Text to Pest feature that your viewers should know about. If you have a problem, a pest, you're not sure what it is, you simply take a clear cell phone picture and send it to our main company line, and we will identify that for you. It's free, and we can identify just about anything from a tree disease to a bug to a rat. It doesn't matter.
Thank you so much. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Very excited to have Chad Bible here. He's the chapter president of AMBUCS, and I was so excited to learn about AMBUCS, Chad. I learned about you through our mutual friend, Brent. And this is a national 501c3, but this local chapter's been around a while.
Yeah, we established in 2010, so we're going on 15 years right now. And we have contributed generously through grant donations. We've funded several AmTrikes, which is kind of what we do.
Yeah, so go into that.
Yeah.
So explain what AMBUCS does.
So we provide AmTrikes, which are tricycles that are built for children or adults that have disabilities. They're a three-wheel accessible tricycle that allows them to get out and enjoy the wonders of riding a bike.
I love this. Oh my gosh, this just warms my heart. And you build these bikes. You build these trikes.
Correct, yeah. What we do is we identify the individual that has the need, usually through a therapist, an occupational therapist, or a physical therapist. They then come to us and we order the bike. It comes unassembled to us, and through our volunteers, we put it together. We specify it for the individual based on their needs and their disability, and then we provide it to them and teach them how to ride the bike safely. And it's a great enhancement to their ongoing therapy program if they have one. And again, just getting them out in the community so they can enjoy that wonderful feeling of freedom and riding a bike.
Exactly. And these tricycles are doing much more than just providing some sort of physical therapy. Like you said, it gets them out in the community of all ages too.
Exactly. And for example, having a young brother or sister who doesn't have a disability, it allows them to go out and enjoy the air and the freedom like their siblings do. We also provide for veterans and older adults that have had a brain injury.
So how do these trikes work? Are they hand trikes, or are they foot trikes, or are they any and all?
Well, it's really based on their disability and their need. So a lot of the trikes are pedal trikes. However, we do have hand trikes as well for those folks that do not have the ability to use their lower extremities.
And you said that these come as kits, so you're not taking apart existing bicycles and retrofitting them. You're
Correct.
actually getting kits.
Correct, because we have to specify exactly what their needs are. They come unassembled, and we put them together and fit them exactly the way that would make it most beneficial for them to be able to access that.
And then if we're talking a pediatric patient or somebody who's younger, as they grow up, do you retrofit the existing trike?
So that's a great question. What we typically do is we have a pay it back program. So let's say they start at 6, and then by the time they're 9, they've outgrown that trike. They can send the trike back to us. We refurbish it, we repurpose it, give it to the next child. And then we order a new bike that would fit them based on their growth.
I bet you have some amazing stories. Tell us some story where you really saw the work that you're putting in make a difference.
Well, we see it almost every day when we give somebody a bike. And we see it not only in the child, but in the parents that thought, oh my gosh, I never thought I would see my child be able to ride a bike with his older brother or older sister. And lots of tears. It's just such a wonderful program.
How did you even learn about this?
We learned about it through a national effort to try and branch out to the West. And we decided in 2010 it was something that we wanted to take on as a group. And we put it together and have been going strong ever since.
That's fantastic. So are you looking for new members, looking for donations? How can somebody get involved?
So yeah, actually, that's great timing. A lot of those of us that have been on the board and with the organization, we're kind of aging out right now. We've been doing this for 15 years. We're looking for new volunteers to come in. We're looking for grant writers. We're looking for physical therapists, occupational therapists, anybody that just has a general knowledge of building bicycles so that we can continue this great program going forward. And if anybody is interested in donating, obviously we're a 501c3 organization. We get our funding primarily through grants and donations, and the best way to do that would be to contact me through my email.
And what is that email address?
It's chad.bible@icloud.com.
Wonderful. Do you have a local chapter website?
nvambucs.org.
Chad, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You are doing great work.
Thanks, Sarah.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. Now to our Kindness 101 series, where Steve Hartman and his children share stories built around kindness and character, and the people who've mastered those qualities. Today's lesson is on dominoing. It's the story of how one man's efforts to help others sparked a chain reaction of good deeds.
This is Meryl, and this may be our most unusual lesson ever.
For sure, and we're calling it Dominoing.
And to see what dominoes have to do with kindness, just follow this trail of dominoing dictionaries to Emmett.
Good morning. Dominoing is basically a chain reaction. It's what happens when one action triggers many others.
Like a ripple effect?
Exactly. And it doesn't just apply to dominoes. It applies to good deeds as well. As you'll see in this story, pulled from our library about an anonymous good deed that dominoed. That he did. It's been almost 3 years since we first told that story. Are the dominoes still dominoing? Let's find out.
Joining us now, pharmacist Brooke Walker. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So what became of Hodie's fund after my dad's visit?
That fund is going strong, stronger than it's ever been, especially at the beginning of the year. People have to meet deductibles before their insurance kicks in. And so it's been such a blessing to me to be able to say, Hodie's got it. So
Why do you think his action had such a ripple effect?
I think People just were drawn to this farmer in this small town that was secretly paying for medication for years.
How has being a part of this changed you as a person?
This whole story has motivated me to tell my kids, I don't care how successful you are. I just want you to be kind. It's your character. It's how you treat people. I would just want you to love others.
That's a great message.
It's like what you always told us, but phrased.
Yeah.
So thanks for embarrassing me as a parent and for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Bye.
I find stories like this inspiring because a lot of people, kids especially, feel like they're not in a position to really change the world. But we're all in a position to do one good deed. And you never know where that deed may lead. We'll see you next time.
And don't forget to stay kind.
Again, we will bring you these Kindness 101 stories in future editions of 2+U Nevada. Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+U Nevada? Have a Mom to Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+U Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+U Nevada, or you can email us at 2+UNevada@ktvn.com. Each day here at 2+U Nevada, we are hoping for you to participate in our show. That's the plus you part. With that, today we are continuing our Mom to Mom Mondays. This is really for any family member needing that tidbit of advice. You may remember for the past couple weeks, I've been asking for advice from grandparents as well as parents. We also throw that out to aunts and uncles. We want advice to all generations, from all generations, based on wisdom, which is why we say sincere thank you to this week's mom, Cassie.
My mom to mom advice would be teach your kids about their environment and where their food comes from and what they're eating, and teach them about that it's not just from the store, but the actual, this is where it is, this is the land it's grown on.
Especially as we lean into Thanksgiving and holiday feasts, what fantastic advice. That's how we end our broadcast today. Thank you for inviting us into your home this afternoon. We look forward to joining you every weekday at 3 for 2+U Nevada. 2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.